Previously on American Ninja Warrior, 10 Americans came to Mount Midoriyama hoping to make history and win $250,000. But victory does not come easy here, as 5 of them discovered it an unforgiving Stage 1. But when Paul Casimir became the first to finish the stage, it opened the floodgates for a tsunami of American talent. As Brent Stephenson, Travis Berlanek, David Campbell, and Brian Orozco followed him to the finish line. Now, those 5 stand ready to be tested again. Can they keep the dream alive? Can they reach the mountaintop? We'll find out right now on the finale of American Ninja Warrior. Welcome to the finale of American Ninja Warrior, presented by Subway Restaurants. Well, from the hundreds who wanted to qualify to the 15 semifinalists to the Elite 10 who actually made the trip here to Mount Midoriyama in Japan, we're now down to 5 Americans who will be facing Stage 2. And that means Paul Casimir and Brian Orozco, Brent Stephenson, David Campbell, and Travis Berlanek are about to try to take their next step in the journey towards total victory at Mount Midoriyama. I'm Matt Eisman alongside Jimmy Smith. And Jimmy, the question is, do any of the Americans have what it takes to achieve total victory?
Well, I think they definitely do. They've looked strong in Venice, through boot camp, and through Stage 1 here at Mount Midoriyama. Any of the Americans that have made it this far have a legitimate chance at total victory.
And I can only imagine what that would mean to any of these 5. They see the lights of Mount Midoriyama shining above them. It's a moment they've dreamed of for years. Could one of these 5 men be going home with $250,000?
They've all sacrificed a great deal to train for this one moment, but will it pay off? Will one of them leave with the ultimate title of American Ninja Warrior? I can't wait to find out.
Well, let's go to Allison Hayslip to see what they will be facing in stage number 2.
Guys, unlike the first stage, the second stage doesn't have too much new on it, but that doesn't make it any less difficult. They'll have less time to complete it, only 95 seconds to finish this stage. They are starting out with a slider drop that has a major jolt right on the end when they have to vault safely onto these mats. Next up is a deadly combination. They have to tackle the double salmon ladder, something they had to deal with in boot camp, but then it is directly onto the unstable bridge. Well, they'll have to go hand over hand just to make it safely to the other side. They have to then go onto the balance tank, which looks a lot simpler than it actually is. After that, it's the metal spin, where they have to leap across the muddy water, grab one of those chains, and spin their way to safety. And finally, it is the wall lift. They have to lift these 3 heavy walls just to make it all the way to the end. If they can do all of that in time, they've completed stage 2. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Allison. Well, unlike stage number 1, no new obstacles in stage number 2.
Well, there's a reason for that. They are tried and true and very difficult to get past.
Paul Casimir will be the first man on the course.
Paul is a first-timer to Ninja Warrior. We asked him about making it to Japan on his first try and what this experience means to him.
I think it's an honor to be here. Being the top 10 American competitors, it makes me feel really proud of myself. Having the prize money is an extra incentive. It definitely makes you try harder. But it can definitely end with a simple slip. You have to be focused completely on everything, even the simple things. As I get ready to run the course, the first thing that comes to mind is ganbatte, which in Japanese means give it your best try.
1997年に始まったサスケは今回で26回目。いよいよセカンドステージを迎えました。青く浮かび上がったこのセカンドステージ、まずアメリカ勢が登場してきます。まず最初のチャレンジャーです。アメリカ予選第8位通過、ポール・キャゼミア24歳。アメリカが日本も飲み込もうとしている、そのセカンドステージが始まった。まず行きました。スライダードロップ、そしてダブルサーモンラダーに行きます。アメリカランキングは8。あっとバランスを崩す、しかし立て直すキャゼミア。ポールが行きます。ポール・キャゼミア4段目5段目まで行きました。そして方向を変えて、さあここは初体験のゾーンだ。ポール・キャゼミア、どうだ。行きました行きました。まさに日米決戦。日本勢はこのキャゼミアをどう見ているか。これがアメリカランキング8位だ。さあアンステーブルブリッジ、 両腕の筋肉を使う、バランス感覚が問われるトール・キャゼミア24歳。渡った、そして最後のところが重要だ。残り間もなく30秒切る。渡った、そしてバランスタンク、少し時間を使っているが、バランスタンクどうだ、ボールがいった、いきました。あとはメタルスピンとウォールリフティング。さあ時間がない、15秒を切りました。メタルスピン、ポール・キャゼミア24歳、残り10秒を切った。まず30キロ、そして40キロ、警告音が鳴っている。残り5秒を切りました。50キロを上げた、押した。アメリカ勢、まず最初のチャレンジャー、キャゼミア。
Paul Casimir, the first American to face stage 2, the first American to complete it successfully, but he has gotten through stages 1 and 2 by less than a combined 3 seconds. He's cutting it close.
He is, but what's impressing me is he's doing so well in obstacles he's never dealt with before. Look at him on the unstable bridge. He handles it like he was training on it every day at boot camp. That's an amazing adaptation to a new challenge.
Let's go to Allison Hayslip, who's standing by with Paul right now.
You got it really close on the first stage. Did you know you were cutting it close this time around?
I tried harder, I pushed it faster, and I felt I did better.
Let's talk about that salmon ladder, because your first hit up, you kind of had a miss.
The first jump, I didn't have the technique in my mind at that point, so I was like, okay, now technique, go.
Well, let's hope the success continues with the next member of Team America to face stage 2. That's Brent Stephenson.
Here we go. When I crossed past the line at customs, it all just kind of hit me. I was in Japan, you know, it started to become reality. You know, I feel a lot of pride to be able to be one of the few Americans to come represent our country here in Japan. It would be a huge disappointment if I came all the way to Japan and got knocked out in the first phase or second phase. I'm here to go all the way.
完全制覇の頂を目指して10人のチャレンジが続いています。続いてもアメリカ代表、アメリカ予選を5位で通過してきました。スタントマンブレント・ステッフェンセン25歳です。この人は不気味な存在、172センチ68キロ。まずスライダードロップ、慎重にいく、段差が変わる、そして着地、背中から行きました。ダブルサーモンラダーに行きます。上がっていく、あとちょっと危なかった。4段目5段目、そして方向を変える、スピードがあるステッフェンセン、渡った、そして登っていく、安定感は抜群。そしてアンステーブルブリッジです。3つ目のエリア4点釣り、ここは安定感がある。そして今度は2点釣りに行く、4点釣りから2点釣り、ここも渡った、足をかける。まだ時間は十分に残っています。バランスタンク、バランスタンク、バランスタンクどうか、行きました。ステッフェンセン、ここまでは何の問題もありません。そしてメタルスピンに行く、いったいった、日本勢が静まり返る。なんというアメリカの勢いだ。30キロ、40キロ、そして50キロ、アメリカ勢は本物だ。21秒68残し。
Brent Stephenson continuing the American success, making it 2 for 2 on stage 2.
But what's impressive is the salmon ladder that was so deadly in Venice. They are flying through it. I think doing the double salmon ladder at boot camp is really paying off.
Allison Hayslip standing by with Brent right now.
You had said that you thought having good upper body strength was going to help you through this. That was the case?
Yeah, it really helped out a lot. I was a little squirrely on the log. Almost thought I was going to go in that cold water for a second, but after that, it was all good.
But not yet, sir. You are on to stage 3, and as a rookie, that's pretty damn fantastic. So congratulations.
Right on. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Allison. Well, first Paul Casimir, now Brent Stephenson. 2 Ninja Warrior rookies have left their mark here on stage 2, where the competition is really heating up. Coming up, 2 Ninja Warrior veterans, Travis Furlanick and David Campbell. Can they overcome obstacles that took them down in boot camp? They must. if they want to keep the dream of total victory and $250,000 alive. 5 Americans still have a shot at total victory and $250,000 here at Mount Midoriyama. And we just saw Ninja Warrior rookies Paul Casimir and Brent Stephenson successfully complete stage 2, the payoff to their intensive training in boot camp. Well, someone who believes in training is the man who's next up. That's Travis Furlanick.
Well, he's already gotten the monkey off his back by avenging his stage 1 failure last year with a great stage 1 performance this time.
He's only faltered on one obstacle in training. And it's right in the middle of stage 2, the balance tank. But Travis believes he's ready. For him, Mount Midoriyama means everything.
Ninja Warrior is really important to me. I've never focused so much on one thing in my life.
Oh! Hit my face with my hand.
It consumes half of my life easily. I don't have time for a personal life. I've put in a lot of work. I've trained really hard. This is a big deal. Last time, I really didn't see myself reaching the top of Midoriyama and winning. I couldn't see that. Now, after training a lot, I can actually do this. I can see myself at the top of Mount Midoriyama.
暗闇に浮かんでいるセカンドステージの舞台です。3人目もアメリカ勢が登場してきます。この後日本勢も登場してきますが、どんなプレッシャーをかけるかアメリカ勢。アメリカ予選第4位で通過をしてきました。ピザ店アシスタントマネージャートラビス・フィアラニック25歳。普段はピザ屋でアシスタントマネージャーをしていますフィアラニック25歳。まず最初の難関をクリアしました。ちょっと着地が危なかったが、さてダブルサーモンラダーに行きます。上がっていく上がっていく、5段目まで行きました。そして体を揺さぶる、また登っていく、上腕二頭筋も使ってサーモンラダークリア。そしてアンステーブルブリッジ、残りは1分以上あります。4点釣り、そして体を振って2点釣り、難なくいく。そして足をかけた、足をかけるか。188センチの長身ですからここは問題ありません。そしてバランスタンク、あーどうした、落ちた落ちた、アメリカ初めて消えた。
Unbelievable. Travis looking flawless to that point, getting tripped up on what is probably the easiest obstacle in stage 2, the balance thing.
Yeah, but here at Mount Midoriyama, there are no easy obstacles. One mental lapse and you're going home. That's what this competition is all about.
Let's go down to Allison Hayslip to find out what happened.
Travis, the balance tank. Something you actually had an issue with at boot camp as well. Do you think it's kind of a sleeper obstacle?
Boot camp, I changed my technique and tried pushing it out and jumping to it and then jump, which was a mistake. I think that was probably it. You know, I made it through the first stage this time, so, you know, I'm definitely happy about that. And hopefully I'll have better luck next time.
Well, how will this affect David Campbell having to watch his nephew fail?
I think he'll be all right. He knows Travis has already done something special. Because in 25 seasons, only 207 competitors have made it to stage 2. So Travis is in an elite group already. And failing stage 2 isn't unusual either. More than 1/3 of stage 2 competitors never complete it.
Jimmy, what's the most dangerous obstacle in stage 2?
Now, without a doubt, it's the salmon ladder, and now the double salmon ladder. Over the years, it's taken out a remarkable 50% of all stage 2 competitors. So if David can get by that, his odds go way up. His approach is always methodical. He takes it one step at a time. It's why his teammates say he might have the best shot here.
If I had to pick one person that's going to complete the course, David Campbell.
It would be David, probably. It's gonna be David Campbell. I'd have to probably say David Campbell. That guy's a machine.
Hearing everybody has so much confidence in me is good. I guess it makes sense. I've been training for a couple years just to get back again, to have my revenge. I think I'm going to do well. And hopefully I'll be able to live up to their expectations.
そのアメリカ勢の中でファーストステージ最速タイムを叩き出しました。アメリカ予選は第2位です。普段はミュージシャンとして活躍をしていますデイビッド・キャンベル33歳。静かにセカンドステージのスタートラインに立ちました。今スタート。デイビッド・キャンベル、デイビッド・キャンベル行きました。ダブルサーモンラダーに行きます。何か表情を一つ変えずに上がっていくデイビッド・キャンベル、不気味な男です。普段はミュージシャンです。そのミュージシャンのデイビッド・キャンベルが上がっていく。ダブルサーモンラダー、まだ1分以上の時間が残っています。アンステーブルブリッジ、さあ4点釣りから2点釣りに行くというこの難しさ。2点釣りに行きました。板が揺れている、板が揺れている。しかしたどり着くか。一度足をかけた、いった。デイビッド・キャンベル行きました。アメリカ予選第2位のキャンベル33歳行きました。バランスタンク、まだ40秒残っている。さあメタルスピン、この人は本当に表情を変えない鉄仮面。さあ行きました、メタルスピン、全く表情を変えない。ファーストステージ最速男、セカンドステージも最速でいくのか。デイビッド・キャンベル33歳最速。セカンドステージもここまでで最速。
David Campbell avenging his nephew's fall and blowing this course away, finishing stage 2 with over 20 seconds to spare.
And he did it the same way he did stage 1. Consistency, great pacing, and complete focus. You can see how all his training pays off. It's like he's on a practice run in his backyard, Matt.
Allison Hayslip standing by with David right now.
David completed stage 2. I mean, you're not only a true athlete, but you're also a huge fan of this event. So what does this mean to you right now?
Oh, I don't have any words. It doesn't feel real.
Was it kind of tough right before your run watching Travis fall?
Yeah, that sucked. You know, we'd been training for that one, but the real one was just different. I almost tripped on it too. It was kind of awkward.
Are you prepared for stage 3? Because that's what's coming up next.
Yeah, that's actually the stage that I trained for the most. So hopefully it'll pay off again.
Coming up, Paul, Brent, and David are one step closer to $250,000. Will veteran Brian Orozco join them? His stage 2 run is next. Behind us, it is a dazzling display of steel, smoke, fire, and water. It is the dramatically lit stage 2 here at Mount Midoriyama. It's a beautiful roadblock on the path to total victory and $250,000. So far, 3 of the 4 Americans to face it have survived. Jimmy, unbelievably, we just watched Paul Casimir, Brent Stephenson, and David Campbell all successfully complete stage number 2. And now the last American Ninja Warrior, Brian Orozco, in his 5th trip to Japan, is about to start his run through this challenging stage.
You know, this may be his 5th appearance at Ninja Warrior, but all that experience also brings expectations.
Having been here several times already, it's different. I actually put more pressure on myself because I have been able to improve every time that I've come. I've thought about how it would feel were I not able to finish the course. And I'd like to think that I would handle it well, and I'm usually good at keeping things in perspective and taking it in stride, but at the same time, to not do as well as the year prior, it would definitely hurt.
アメリカ代表第1位で予選を通過してきました。前回大会サードステージ進出、プロのフリーランニング選手ブライアン・オロスコ28歳。普通に行けばクリアするかもしれないブライアン・オロスコ、セカンドステージスタート。オロスコ行きました。プロのフリーランニング選手。さあ汗を拭いてからブライアン・オロスコ、オロスコ4段目5段目行きました。向きを変えるダブルサーモンラダー、ブライアン・オロスコ。さあ少し体重があるオロスコはどうか。180センチ83キロ、少し苦しんでいるダブルサーモンラダーオロスコ。しかし行きました行きました。そしてアンステーブルブリッジ、 腕の筋力はしかし残っていないかもしれない。ブライアン・オロスコが行く。2点釣りに行く。4点釣りから2点釣り。ブライアン・オロスコ残り40秒を切っている。ブライアン・オロスコ、あっと少し腕の筋力をかなり使いました。さてバランスタンクに行く。残り30秒を切りました。これは時間との戦いになる。ブライアン・オロスコロープを持った。あとはメダルスピン。残り20秒を切っている。苦しんでいる。オロスコが苦しんでいる。アメリカ勢メダルスピンも超えた。残り10秒、残り10秒だ。30キロ、40キロ、50キロを超えてクリアしました。アメリカがサスケの歴史を変えるのか。
And he has done it again. Brian Orozco blows away stage number 2.
Well, it speaks to the preparation of these athletes and to Brian's experience in particular. He took a lot of time early, both on the salmon ladder and on the unstable bridge, but he showed no concern. He just focused on the job at hand, no nerves whatsoever. He might have started slow, but he got the job done.
Allison Hayslip is standing by to talk to him about stage 2.
Brian, you finished not exactly the cleanest run. What was going on at the beginning of the salmon ladder? You looked like you had to check your hands a couple times.
I did. When I came off the pipe slider and I hit the ground, I think some water splashed up through the pads because my hands were wet. I just wanted to get them nice and dried off because I didn't want to get up there, rush it, and have one hand slip off and be swimming in the water.
Great. Well, congratulations to you, Sarah. Get your mind in the game because you got stage 3 coming up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Well, for the first time ever, we have 4 Americans moving on to stage 3 at Mount Midoriyama. So these 4 men now stand on destiny's doorstep. They came here together, but now each must stand alone. Only one can become the first ever American Ninja Warrior and claim the $250,000 grand prize.
Now, this field of 4 is loaded with talent. If I had to pick a favorite, I'd have to go with David Campbell, but they're all capable of achieving total victory.
Let's go down to Allison Hayslip to find out what they're going to face in stage 3.
Here we are, the 3rd stage. This is no longer about your speed and agility. This is all about your upper body strength. And it starts right here with the roulette cylinder. Athletes have to go hand over hand to get that thing to go down those steps. Then they go directly into the doorknob grasper. It looks simple, but it's a real energy drainer because those doorknobs twist in their hands as they try to keep their grip. And they've got to get through 4 to complete this obstacle. Now, this is the only new obstacle of stage 3. This is Cycle Road. Competitors have to grab those wheels and use their momentum to spin each wheel around far enough where they can grab the next in line until they can get to the other side. This one is a beast. It is the ultimate cliffhanger. Contestants are hanging off a ledge only 3 centimeters deep. That's just over an inch as they maneuver their way over the muddy water. It's just like the original cliffhanger, but on steroids. Finally, they hit 3 obstacles in a row. They start with the swing circles, where they swing from circle to circle, and then immediately go into the bungee rope climb, where they not only have to go across the ropes, but they have to climb up them as well. And then finally, they end on the flying bars. Think of it as a horizontal version of the salmon ladder. Hanging from the bar, they must jump with it and land with the ends resting on each of those sets of tiny platforms until they reach the end of stage 3.
Thanks, Allison. Well, Jimmy, I guess what she's saying is this is no easy task.
Yeah, this entire stage tests the upper body, but nothing tests it more than the ultimate cliffhanger.
Well, virtually every American competitor says it's the toughest obstacle out here.
And they're right. 1 out of every 5 competitors has failed on the cliffhanger. There have been 3 different versions: the original cliffhanger, the shin cliffhanger, and now the ultimate cliffhanger. In fact, in 21 seasons, only 14 men have ever completed the cliffhanger or shin cliffhanger, but no one has completed the ultimate cliffhanger, what many say is the toughest obstacle they have ever seen. And stage 3 doesn't get any easier after that. Well, their arms, shoulders, back are going to be pushed to their absolute limits.
Well, having his limits tested first, Paul Casimir. Once again, he has the disadvantage of going first and not having a chance to watch and learn from anyone else's performance.
Well, it didn't hurt him in stage 2. Let's see if he can make history and become the first American to complete stage 3.
まずはこのアメリカ四天王、先陣切ってポール・キャゼミアが行きます。コロラドはボルダーの出身、180センチ70キロ。 不思議そうにルーレットシリンダーに手をかけた。ゆっくりとこのシリンダーを回し始めていく。ここから始まる二の腕地獄。ゆっくりとゆっくりとこのシリンダーを回していく。まさに地獄へのルーレットとなる。やや時間を使っているか。ただこのポール・キャゼミアはファーストセカンドと時間をたっぷり使って攻略をしていく。体を実に慣らしていく、そんな不思議なキャラクターを持っています。ただちょっと時間を使っているか。制限時間こそありませんが、ただそれだけ自分の二の腕には負担がかかっていく。40秒を超えてきた。ゆっくりと慎重にルーレットシリンダーを回して、いよいよ第2エリアはドアノブグラスパー。このドアノブは回ります。さあ安定しないドアノブをどう抑え込んでいくのか。ただ長い腕がある180センチのキャゼミアがドアノブを回しながらゆっくりと回転するドアノブ。アメリカ忍者ウォーリアー。
Paul Casimir done in on stage 3 by the doorknob grasper.
Well, he spent a long time on the roulette cylinder, the first obstacle, and both of those obstacles are all grip and hand strength, and once that gives out, nowhere to go.
Let's go down to Allison Hayslip, who's standing by with Paul.
Paul started out incredibly slow and deliberate, and then what happened?
Lost grip. I was a little confused by the spinning, like how far did they go, and just didn't have the grip for it anymore. Gives me something to train for sure.
Are we going to be seeing you next year, it sounds like?
Oh yeah, I'll be training for this and come back.
All in all, a fantastic run for a man who started out in Venice Beach wearing jeans. Coming up, it's Brent Stephenson's turn. He was strong in stage 1, overpowering in stage 2. Can he do it again in stage 3? Or will the $250,000 prize slip through his hands? We are here at Mount Midoriyama where the action continues on American Ninja Warrior. Our competitors are now facing the torturous stage 3 here at Mount Midoriyama. Its steel structure holds 7 of the most difficult obstacles our American Ninja Warriors will ever face. But they must conquer it if they want to keep alive their dream of total victory and a shot at $250,000. We've already seen Paul Casimir take on stage 3, where he went out on the doorknob grasper. Next up is Brent Stephenson. He's trying to visualize how he'll get through the one obstacle he's most worried about, the ultimate cliffhanger.
I do wish I would have trained a little more to develop that specific finger strength for the cliffhanger. That's really the obstacle that's got me worried the most. And so a few of us got to get to know the subway system a little bit when we took it to this place called Muscle Park, and they have this Sasuke training ground there. And it was really cool just to, you know, get warmed up for the course and everything. And you know, it was really good to play around at Muscle Park because it kind of just got me back in Ninja Warrior mode, you know. And I actually fell on the cliffhanger, and so I learned, you know, I didn't chalk up. So it was good to get that out of the way, and now I'm a little more prepared.
さあいよいよアメリカ忍者ウォーリアーからランキングは5位でした。スタントマンブレント・ステッペンセン25歳です。アメリカ勢、まさにアメリカの忍者旋風がこのサスケの森に吹き荒れている。ただ今までは勢いあるいはスピードを要求されましたが、ここからは二の腕地獄。さあスタート。時計が秒数を刻み始めました。まずは第1エリアルーレットシリンダー172センチ、ステッフェンセンがゆっくりとシリンダーを回していく。一つ目の段差を越えてきました。静かな緑山におびただしい金属音が鳴っている。さあ時間はあまり使いたくない。キャゼミアは40秒を超えてしまった。さあここで30秒、ゆっくりとしかし正確にシリンダーを回していく。握力はどうか。大きな男たちにとってはあまりにも小さすぎるドアノブが待っている。さあ腕が伸びきっている。ドアノブに手をかけることができるのか。アメリカ忍者ウォーリアー勢、さあ4人が残ったサードステージはすでに1人が消えている。ステッフェッセンが慎重に 2つ目のドアノブに手をかけるが安定をしない、不安定なドアノブ。さあ固定をしながら背中を向けて、この体勢から3つ目をねじ伏せようというのか。長い腕、体を振りながら3つ目に進む。さあともう一度手をかけた。さあ残りは4つ目。そしてスタントアクロバットのトレーニング。ユタ州ソルトレイクシティの出身です。スタントマンのブレント・ステッフェンセン、アメリカ忍者ウォーリアー第2の男。4人が残ったサードステージ、2つ目、そしてこの3つ目。ここは問題なさそうだ。サイクリングロード。ファイナルステージへのサイクリングロードとなったのかどうか。この形がクリフハンガーの最終形であってほしい。クリフはどこまで進化していくのか、それを人間はどこまでねじ伏せられるのか。さあ左に上がっていく長い腕、ショートカットをしてしまった。アメリカブレント・ステッフェンセン、驚くべき身体能力、そしてその発想力には我々も驚かされるが、さあここを上がれるか。腕が伸びきった。ダメか。ステッフェンセン、アルティメットクリフハンガーに散った。これが究極のクリフだ。
An unbelievably courageous performance by Brent Steffensen makes it all the way to the fourth obstacle of stage 3, but falls on the ultimate cliffhanger.
Well, courageous and technically sound. I love the way he went through every obstacle. I love the way he took his time in between. But you saw when he got to the cliffhanger, he just didn't have the upper body endurance. His grip gave out and drops right into the water.
Allison's with Brent right now.
Was it really just the cliffhanger that was difficult, or was it all the energy you used getting to the cliffhanger?
Wow. You know, definitely it's the energy that I used getting to the cliffhanger. I think getting on that thing, it was definitely doable. I had a hard time on the door handles. They turn, and so you want to turn them till they stop. So it was really difficult. I used way too much time and energy on that part.
Well, there's no time limit on stage 3. Really, the only limit is your strength. Up now, it's David Campbell. So far, he has dominated this competition. He was the fastest through stage 1. Yeah! The fastest again in stage 2. He's one of only 2 remaining competitors with the shot at total victory and $250,000.
Well, he says he's prepared more for this stage than any other, and for the past year, Ninja Warrior has been his life. If anybody is ready, it's David Campbell.
さあアメリカ大陸予選は2位で通過しました。アーティストデイビッド・キャンベル33歳、ファーストセカンドいずれもラップタイムの男です。まさにスピードデビッド・キャンベル。ロッククライミング14年、武術もたしなむというデイビッドが行きます。カリフォルニア・サンタクルスからやってきた。さあアメリカ予選会は2位の男は一気に進んでいく。なんというスピードだ。15秒でドアノブに手をかけました。ここもあくまで最速で通過しようというのかデイビッド・キャンベル。そして180センチ長い腕、ただ不安定なドアノブにやや苦戦しているか。もう一度腕を伸ばす。しっかりとドアノブを固定する。3つ目、180センチ長い腕、大きな体を振って4つ目に手を伸ばすのか、あるいは飛んでねじ伏せるのか。4つ目に手をかけることはありませんでした。いずれも最速タイムを叩き出しているアメリカ予選会2位の男デイビッド・キャンベル。このサイクリングロードもまさにサイクリングをするかのように軽快です。なんといっても180センチ長い腕、大きな体というのが彼のアドバンテージとなっています。3つ目を超えました。さあいよいよデイビッド・キャンベルはこの急角度をまずは登っていきます。ただ180センチ長身のキャンベルもおそらくショートカットをどこかでしてくるでしょう。これが日本人にはないゲートです。大きく深呼吸からまず右斜め上2メートル、左斜め上から一気にショートカットした。 3.5 メートル、わずかに 1.5 メートル右に動くだけ。さあ長い腕180センチ、上に届くか。ここまで来た者はいないぞ。さあ手をかけて先へ進まんとしています。腕の力はまだありそうだ。さあ滑った。デイビッド・キャンベルも究極のクリフの前に。
Nobody has trained harder, nobody prepared better than David Campbell to make it all the way to stage 3 but fall on the ultimate cliffhanger. A bittersweet moment.
Yeah, just a small technical mistake. Didn't leave enough room for his left hand. When he tried to make the transition over, he slipped and fell, but he had a great run. He should be very proud of himself.
Allison Hayslip's with David right now.
David, the ultimate cliffhanger. I mean, I know for a fact that you have the cliffhanger in your backyard of all places. What happened? To me, it looked like you tried to cross your hands over and just couldn't get a good grip on that.
I had good traction and everything. It wasn't slippery, you know, with all the chalk and sticky spray and everything. And I mean, just after the whole day, all the stages and, you know, late at night, strength just got sapped.
Three have tried stage 3.
から一気にショートカットした。
Three have failed.
きた、ダメか。さあ滑った。
Only one American competitor still has a shot at total victory and $250,000.
Last time he was here, he failed on the doorknob grasper, which is an obstacle he's going to face again in stage 3. But he has the experience to learn from his teammates' mistakes. Will that be enough to carry him through?
Allison Hayslip talked to him about taking on stage 3.
Looking at this course, what concerns you?
Everything. I can't not be concerned by any one of these obstacles because as the stages progress, they get more and more difficult. And I think the third stage is, I don't know, like 5 times harder than the second stage. So it's, I don't know, you just got to kind of take it in stride and do your best.
ファイナルステージへ近づくための7つのエリアは堅くなに挑戦者をふるいにかけていきます。ブライアン・オロスコ28歳です。アメリカの期待を一身に受けます。散っていった忍者ウォーリアーたちの無念も晴らせるか。300人の大予選会から10名を送り込んだ。そのアメリカからはなんと4人がこのサードステージに進みました。アメリカ最後に登場はブライアン・オロスコ。言ってみれば日本でいう長野誠であり漆原裕司という存在です。さあブライアン・オロスコ、必要以上にこのルーレットシリンダーで腕力は使いたくはない。前回はこの先ドアノブグラスパーで池に落ちた。さあ体を振っている。やや時間を使っているか。ややもたついているブライアン・オロスコ。ただサードステージのためにでしょう、だいぶ体を絞ってきた。印象が変わったブライアンです。さあアメリカ勢最後の砦、ミスター USA、 ミスター忍者ウォーリアー。腕が伸びきって早くもここで50秒。問題はここからドアノブグラスパー。さあ表情が変わってきた。危ない危ない危ない。一瞬腕が滑ったが体をなんとか持ち上げる。そらブライアンも消えた。この瞬間忍者ウォーリアー勢4人全滅。最後のアメリカの希望の星、アメリカのエースブライアン・オロスコが消えた瞬間、忍者ウォーリアーたちのサスケ挑戦は幕を閉じました。
Brian Orozco comes up short on stage 3 once again. Let's go down to Allison Hayslip to find out what happened.
What happened out there? It looked like you knew.
I did. I think I spent too much energy swinging back and forth on the roulette wheel. And when I got to the end, you could see me slipping, and it just felt like it was too hard to actually pull up to the doorknob. It's very disappointing.
We did not find an American Ninja Warrior this time around, but do you think that we ever will find an American Ninja Warrior?
I think there will be an American to reach total victory in the very near future.
Well, we didn't have an athlete make it out of stage 3, but for the Americans, this was the most successful year ever at Mount Midoriyama.
Well, this is just the most difficult obstacle course in the world. There is nothing like it. The fact that they did as well as they did is a credit to their preparation and dedication in boot camp. I think that was the difference.
A fantastic performance, but the title of American Ninja Warrior remains unclaimed. They came to Japan with hopes of total victory. 10 American competitors who made history with their best overall performance ever. Half the field made it through stage 1.
American Ninja Warrior!
4 of the remaining 5 made it through stage 2. But this is an unforgiving course, and stage 3 was just too much for the rest. Overcome by fatigue, they each lost their grip and their shot at $250,000. These men must now regroup and ready themselves again for another chance to reach the mountaintop. The quest remains unfulfilled, but the dream is still alive to one day reach total victory atop Mount Midoriyama. So long from Japan.